issue in our internet drop, but we are back, so I do apologise for that. It doesn't happen that often, but it becomes very annoying when it happens. It's lucky you weren't in full stream then. Crazy. But never mind. Right. So I do apologise for that. Anyway, Sarah's just sent us a message to say she's done that part of the mission that we needed to do, so at least that's not a major issue now. So just see what happens. But I do apologise again for that, because it should never have happened. But come on, man. But I know why I know why it did drop, because there's too much on this there's too much on this router at the minute. Because bearing in mind you've got 3 mobile phones, 2 laptops, no 3 laptops, 3 iPads, you know, so it's there's too much traffic on it. But anyhow, we'll just keep doing the next bit. But it just becomes very annoying, because it just dropped before. It couldn't have dropped just as I was about to load up though, could it? Stupid bloody thing. But anyway, it's not a major issue. Right, so here we go, hopefully. Right. Hopefully Sarah's watching us again, so then she can we can do the next bit. Online. Leave GTA online. And then we'll just invite Sarah back onto this thing. And like I've told you guys, she hasn't got a microphone currently. She's thinking of getting one tomorrow, so we should be able to talk to her by then tomorrow. And then we can make sure she's responding to things. But now she's done that bit, we need to do our next setup, and then we can just work through them. Right, so here we go. Right.
That ain't fair.
Right. Invite only, and then invite friends. It just comes very annoying now, because I was just getting all excited, ready to go, and then just goes dink. It doesn't trip out that much, but sometimes, like I said, with it being that much traffic on it, it just doesn't like the problems with it sometimes. But anyway, so touch wood, it shouldn't disconnect. Right, I'll just send Sarah messages, tell her we're back.
to sit in the cab.
Right. So anyway, as I was saying, guys, since our internet rudely interrupted the show there, it doesn't happen very often, but sort of when it does happen, it becomes very annoying, because I remember one day I thought, oh, I'll do a marathon of streams, like 3-4 streams in one day, and it just wouldn't let us on at all. But partly I think it's down to the weather as well, which has a main fade into it. But it was funny because I didn't get the connection status thing where it says your internet's not that good for connectivity, whatever it is, and then it usually just drops. But I didn't even get that, I don't think, before it starts dropping. But anyway.
Hello.
Right, so Sarah should join our session, and there you go, she has. She's joined. Right, so she's there. So anyway, as I was saying, guys, it doesn't usually happen as much, but when it does, it becomes very annoying. Right, guys, so like I say, we'll be streaming up for about an hour to 2 hours at the most. But I don't know if Sarah's watching our stream yet. We'll go and meet up with Sarah, and then we'll continue doing what needs to be done. If she's done all of our setups, we'll see if she wants to do the heist. If she doesn't want to do a heist, then it doesn't matter. She can help us with my stuff. You've got your brother's mic. Wow. Right, you can plug in then. Give us a second then. Right, sorry about this, guys. You're going to get a blue screen for 2 seconds at least. There you go. Oh, nearly done something. Hiya. Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, right. Bloody stupid internet connection. Because they're working on the internet connection at down the other street.
Alright.
Anyway, they worked on ours the other day, and they forgot to plug the other end in. Bloody idiots. So they plugged the phone side into it, but not the bloody modem. And I was like, what? So I can still get internet without the modem thing, but it's slower. what? And then soon as my dad puts his laptop onto it, bink, it goes off. I was like, ah. Anyway, so I rang, my dad rang BT and said, my son's doing a live stream now and it's just cut him off. Why? And they said, oh, we haven't plugged in on our end yet, we'll do it now. So I was like, bloody bozos. Never mind. Anyway, so apart from that, how are you? Oh God, yeah, tell us about it. I haven't even had... Oh God, yeah, tell us. Haven't even... No, tell us about it. Right? I'm just going to get a blue screen while I just change me polarity setting for the camera. But I will be back, so please don't die of boredom. Right, I'm back. Right, it's just so I can see my menu again. Right, polarity on or off? On. Right. I always forget to turn my polarities back on when the internet dies off. But anywho, it works. Aye, so we've... I haven't been very well myself. I ended up in hospital. Well, I didn't. I went as a day patient. I broke my wrist. I fell out of a tree and broke my wrist. Yeah. And they didn't pin it or anything. They didn't... Well, they put us in a plaster for 6 weeks. So as you can imagine, I couldn't play on this, which for 6 weeks I just had to while away the bottom somewhere else, and somehow else, and then it got to the point where I was like, ugh. My mum said, well, no amount of twisting is going to sort that out. And I says, well, Mama says me wrist's killing us. I says it's itching us, and I says I just can't do now. She says, well, why don't you go to your brother's? I says, I cannot. I can't even put me pissing shoes on, man. Excuse my language. I says, I can't even fasten shoes. I can't even fasten Velcro on my shoes. That's how bad it was getting. Yeah? Anyway, so I got that done. And I just spent 6 weeks just feeling so sorry for myself. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it just gets me down so much that I couldn't do anything. You know what I mean? And I was like, my mum says, right, why are you twisting about it? I says, I'm twisting about it. I says, because my hand's killing us. I says, I can't do anything. And I'm just bored out of my head. She says, well, you've got your reborn dolls, haven't you? I says, she says, play with them. I says, I can't even pick them up. That's how bad it was. So, yeah. Well, that's not. I'll tell you something, mine, Sarah. I thought I was literally going out my mind. I thought, God, if I start talking to myself, I'll end up getting taken away. But anyway. Whoa! Hi, Brody. Welcome to the chat, mate. Alright, so I haven't done much this week. Just couldn't be bothered to do much, to be honest. And then it got to the point where I was like, anyway, they took me potting that off, and they says, how's it feel now? I says, it still feels weak. She says, well, yeah, it's going to be feeling weak till you get your full strength back into your hand. I says, right. And I says, well, how do I get full strength back to my hand? By my hand. She says, you need physio for 3 weeks. I says, right. I says, what sort of physio? I says, just playing on me PlayStation count. I says, that's physio. Anyway, she started laughing. She says, I says, what are you laughing at? I says, it's moving me hand. She says, yeah, but it's only on the trigger button. She says, if you broke your other hand, then it's on the analog stick. I says, well, yeah, but I'm still moving my fingers. She says, well, yeah, true you are. Anyway, so she gave us some light exercises not to do and some other bits and pieces. And I just got my wrist sorted out. Then I busted my knee. Yeah. I went on my friend's bloody roller skates, didn't I? Thinking I was blooming Tony Hawk. And I ended up spinning round into a 360. Didn't see the curb at the other side, and then broke my kneecap in 2 places. I was like, oh. Mum says, you just won for now, you. I says, well, nah, but I said, at the end of the day, I says, it's bound to hurt. And she says, can you move your knee? Like, I said, well, no. I says, it's paining me now. She says, right, I'll take you up there. And guess who actually looked after us? The same bloody nurse. She says, you've never come back. She says, what, with your wrist? I says, no, my kneecap. She says, you're joking us. She says, lift your leg up. I says, I can't do that. She says, you're joking us, aren't you? She says, I'm going to kill you. And anyway, she says, right, I'm going to take you for an x-ray. So she took us up, and I broke my kneecap straight off. And I thought it was going to need pinning and plating, but it didn't, thankfully. But again, I was in the pot for 6.5 weeks. Hobbling round like bloody an old man and just, again, feeling sorry for myself. Right, no, I've got a waypoint here, so I'm on my way over. I told you I got reborn dolls, didn't I? I've got 13 of them. My mum's like, why would you want 13 dolls? She said, you can only look after 3 at a time. It's quite clever. But anywho, that's been my adventure. But other than that, it's been alright. Have you had any mishaps since I've last spoke to you? Good. Right, I've come where your bunker is, and where your bunker is apparently is where the gas station is. I'm nowhere near you now. Oh God. Right, I'll try and find Malcolm up. So anyway, that's all I did. And then just recently I've had friends and family with this bloody COVID thing, so it's like, if it's not one thing, it's my mother. I mean, you know what I mean? It's just, I just feel like screaming, so Mum says, wait, what's the point of screaming? I says, well, it'll make me feel a ton better. But anyhow, she's not bothered with that. Anyway, but I am very, very accident prone, me. I really am. My mum says, right, you're not going on skateboards anymore, and you're not climbing trees. She says, I don't trust you. And in the next breath I says, can I have some of them wheelie shoes? She says, no, you bloody not. She says, you're not having them. She says, then you will kill yourself. I said, my little cousin's got them. She says, yeah, and that's where they're staying. She says, you're the same foot size as your cousin. You are not putting her shoes on to have a go. You'll end up killing yourself. But anyway, that's how it is at the minute. So what's wrong with your mic exactly? Well, I'm not on. Sorry, go on. Well, I'm not using the mic. I'm using the quarter camera. What I got with the PlayStation now. But this is my second PlayStation. My first PlayStation blew up. It overheated and just blew the fan apart, and goodbye Vienna. I was going to get it fixed because it didn't actually split the casing. It just done the fans in. And Mum says, well, how much will it cost to get it done? I said, well, it's £60 to get it looked at first off, and then it's 40 for the actual fan to go in. So I'm paying for like the staff time and putting a fan in. She says, well, don't bother with that. She said, just buy a new one. So anyway, she's we bought another one for Christmas. So I bought that, and then I got then I treated myself to one of these Nintendo Switches. I love them. I love me Nintendo Switch. Like. Yeah. Nice. Nice. Good. Right. So I treated myself to that, and then I think I know where you are now. Anyway, my mum was on about, she says, well, will you play on a Nintendo Switch if I got it? She says, because it's a lot of money if you don't want to. I said, well, no. I said, I'll play on it. Because my niece and nephew's got one and all, which means I can go live with them. Yeah. No. It's fantastic. But anyway, and on just before Christmas, my little niece wasn't very well. She was just turned 6. She had sickness and diarrhea for nearly a week. Feeling very, very poorly, and I found you. Then after that, she was all right, and then our poor Liam ended up with bloody COVID. So yeah, no. Yeah. Well, well, I test myself all the time now with these rapid flow tests because I've got bad chest anyway with me asthma and that, so I have to be sort of careful what I'm doing. And I don't know if you can hear, but I've got a nasty sore throat at the minute, which doesn't help. And then, of course, I've had this bloody head cold for 4.5 days, which is not working. Right, no, but What's your rank state? Oh, I can see it. 220, no, 520. Your rank state.
Yeah.
No, 224. Mine's 520. Right. Do you know how to do the hacks for the casinos?
I don't think I ever done one. Because I only started playing this
Oh, good.
subscriptions.
I know. Oh, supposed to be going out tonight. Anyway, my friend rang us about just before I went in the bath. She says, what you doing at 8 o'clock tonight? I says, no, really. I says, I'm playing on my PlayStation with a friend who I haven't spoke to for God knows how long. Then I says, I'm sort of coming off live about then, and then we'll just have a mess around for a few hours. But I said, other because I'm still live, by the way. But I said, other than that, I says, there's nothing really to do. And she says, I says, what's up, like? She says, will you look after Harris for me tonight? I says, what for? She says, I've got to go to work, I've got a meeting. I says, right. Anyway, she rang me about 15 minutes ago, and they've called us into work. They're short-staffed tonight, because she's a paramedic. I says, right, oh. I says, well, who's got Harris now, because she come back for him. She says, will you do us a favour? I was like, what? Will you have him overnight for me? I was like, go on then. But I said, because he's just turned a month now. I said, right, but I said, you bring him over. I says, you're changing him for bed and that, and get him ready. I says, I'm not changing his bum, he stinks. Right, so anyway, she says, right, I'll bath him, feed him, and put him in a sleep suit. I says, right, bang on. I says, what time are you bringing him over? She says, I'm bringing him over about 8 o'clock, is that alright? I says, yeah. I says, yeah, but I says, how long will I need him for? She says, a full 24 hours. So, right, no. Because she's on a night shift tonight.
Hello.
Says, right, oh. So, that's my night totally ruined. Don't get us wrong, like, he's a placid baby, like, he goes down quite fast. I never have any trouble with him, so he goes down quite cleverly, like. All you do, you just lie him on my bed, put a cushion in front of him so he doesn't roll over, and then you just put Fireman Sam on me tablet, bang, and that's it. He'll sit for hours watching that. Why would you want to put a nearly a month-old kid in front of Fireman Sam and expect him to watch it? Really?
Yeah.
That's the worst programme ever made. And they've rejigged it by making it more cartoon-like than the other one. I was like, they spoiled it. Anyway, he says that, she says, right, I'll bring his DVD over. I says, right, do that then. And I said, what else does he play with? Sticklebicks. I says, right, oh. I says, bring that over. And he's so cute how he says Sticklebicks. I love it. He goes, Inky Bicks. And it's like, oh, how cute's that, you know? And then he'll just sit and giggle at you. But he's so funny. I love him to bits, me. If I had everyone to look after like him, the world would be just such a sweet place. But the two easiest kids I've looked after, believe it or not, is him, Harris, and my little niece. Our Anna, she's just turned 6 now, and she's an absolute doddle to get to bed. All you do is you just put her on your, like, lie you on your bed, put her in front of Minecraft on the iPad, and that's it. You don't hear a peep out of it. Yeah. So I could easily play on this with you, and the only time she'd disturb us is if she needs to go to the loo, and that's it. You just sort it with that need, and then once you've sorted that out, she's fine.
You need to convince the bank.
Right, I'm on my way. Yeah, so so that's how easy it is now. But with the kids being off school because of this COVID carry on,
Yeah.
she hadn't been very well over the last couple of days. He hadn't, and I said, well, to be honest, I says, is it worth going back
Yeah.
if he's still feeling crap? Right, I'm at your bunker, but how?
On the top.
Yeah. I think I'm at the right. I can see your car, but there. Right. Man. I'll just fell off to your bunker, man. Right, stay there. Right, come and get. I'm stood on your bunker now.
Right.
Oh, that one, not the other one. Cloth head. Yeah. Such a cloth. No. Right, there's that one. You must have. I was going to say, because I can't get in. You've collected it. Right on. I like that car line. Very swish. Yeah, so that's my night plan for tonight. Totally ruined. Right, it's funny because, like, not last night, the night before, Harris just wasn't very well. He had, I think he's teething, but he's got like the sniffles and that with it, you know. And she rang us up. Maisie rang us up. She says, Andrew, do us a favour. I says, well, bearing in mind it was cold and pitch black. This was at 8 o'clock on the night. She says, what you doing now? I says, I'm just about to settle and watch my iPad on my bed. I've just come out of the bath. I says, what's up, like? She says, Harris won't settle. And he just keeps asking for you. Because he loves me, him. And I says, well, no. I says, I can't come now. I says, I'm in my pyjamas. I says, it's freezing out there. Anyway, so I went and told my mum, and my dad said, doesn't matter. He says, just put your coat on, I'll run you around. I said, do you not mind? Because it's only round the corner. He says, no, but you'll have to come now. I says, right on. So Dad got his boots on, and I got my shoes on. And we went round. And he still wouldn't settle for me. So I said, this was on the Friday. So I said to Mum, I says, I rang my mum from there. And I said, the only way Harris will settle is if I bring him back. Is that all right? With me on the Friday night. Yeah, no bother. But he's only staying overnight. I says, right on. So anyway, that night he came up. And I told him, I says, you coming to stay with cousin Andrew now? And he just went, yay! Right. Anyway, he just literally jumped into my arms. And came back out, and we came out, and I said to Dad, I says, I need some fresh air. I'll just walk him back in his buggy. He says, do you not mind? I says, no. I says, I'll just walk him back round. He says, right, I'll just meet you out there. So Dad, I brought the car on, and it's only over the field. And anyway, I came back. Anyway, Mum says, Harris can't be asleep already. I says, aye. Anyway, I thought, it's only 8:30, he can't be asleep yet. I shook him, and he stopped breathing on it. He stopped breathing on it in his pushchair. Mum said, why don't sit there? She says, ring an ambulance, you're going to have to. So I rang an ambulance, they came out, and they basically said, well, what's caused him that? What's caused that? I said, I don't know. He's just collapsed on us and he's floppy. He says, don't worry, it's not your fault. He's probably ingested something and it's took him bad. Right. So so anyway, he said, has he had any sort of infections? I said, well, he had a urinary tract infection. She says, well, there you are. She says, that's what's done, it's overwhelmed his system. And I said, well, is he still conscious? Like, is his heart still beating? She says, yeah, he's still alive, but he's very unconscious and unresponsive. She says, right, I'm going to give him something up his nose, and you know fine well he's not going to like it. Put something up his nose, and all he had to scream, and I was like, phew. And it was the nicest sound I could ever hear in my life. I don't like kids crying at the best of times, but it was the nicest sound. I was like, oh. And the paramedic says, well, there you are then. He says, that's all it was. He just got overwhelmed with this infection. And that's what happened. I was like, oh. And they said, well, we need to take him to the local A&E. Just for observation. Anyway, I says, can I come with him? She says, no, because with COVID rules, you're not allowed. I says, right. I said, well, he doesn't know you though. Why? Give you permission. See you. Yeah. Clothead. Yeah, so anyway, that's what had happened, and it overwhelmed his system basically. And they said, oh, don't worry, they says, well, we'll just keep him in overnight for observation, but if you feel that you don't think he needs to go in, then we'll leave it up to you, you know?
Yeah.
I said, well, I'm not his dad though, I'm just his main guardian. He says, it doesn't matter. You can make his decision for him. And I'll just wait, you've invited the CEO, then I'll come in. And then he said, well, he's happy enough, he's playing now. He says, we'll give him some free flow oxygen. And I said, well, will that not make him, if he's full of infection, will that not overwhelm the system and make it? Right. Well, you need to invite us to a CEO first. Yeah. Yeah. No. Come on, man, come on. Oh man, don't fail on us now, you stupid cunt. It's my control pad, right, go. I'm dead as well. Stupid thing. Right, let's try that again. Right, no, but right, my car's over there. No, my car's too far, I'll just use a straight one. Aye, so that's basically all what happened. And then it got to the point where it just overwhelmed his system. And I said, well, no, if you think he needs to go in, then who am I to stand and say, well, no, I don't want you to take him in, but it's your decision. I'm not a paramedic, so I don't know what the problem is, you know. So what my mum had done, she was like a prime minister, like, but it worked. She argued my case and said, no, Andre wants to go with him, he's worried, and I insist that he goes with him. Right?
Yeah.
And he'll be in full PPE if he needs to, but he is going with him. Anyway, so I went with him, and I was only there 20 minutes, half an hour. They discharged him, and they basically said he's got a throat infection, which basically there was phlegm in the back of his throat, which he couldn't get up. As he started coughing, it's choked him, and basically that's what stopped him breathing, because of the mucus in the back of the throat. And because the paramedic had put whatever up his nose to relieve the mucus, that's what's brought him back. No amount of CPR's done that. I mean, no, there was no CPR and anything like that. It was all just done by a nasty tube going up his nose. But the sweetest little thing came out of his mouth as he came round. He went, "I knew you." I said, "I know you do." Right? And little tears came from his eyes, right? And then the next little cutest thing he said was, "Couldn't breathe." So I had to give him a cuddle all the way home. He just wouldn't let him go. He just wouldn't let go of us all night after. And I tried to put him in the travel system, so then I could go to bed, but the travel system cot thing is next to my bed, and he just wouldn't allow us even to put him in that. He wanted to sleep in my bed. So you can just imagine, a Wrigley month-old was just...
Okay. It is time to even out the odds a little. Duggan wants guards armed to their big buck teeth, but we can cut off their supply. He's got a bunch of weapons and equipment shipments coming into the city. Get out there and destroy as many as you can.
Yeah. Yeah, so basically it overwhelmed his system, and that's what caused the trouble. But I said to my mum, I says, well, what's caused it anyway to do that? And he said, well, it's because of the cold. It's because when he's had a cold, he can't, with him being a baby type thing, he can't cough it up. So every time he's trying to cough it up, the mucus is just getting thicker and thicker into his lungs. Hence, that's why it got to the point where it was sticky. Hi, whoever's just joined, and welcome, and thank you for joining. Yeah, so that's basically, it overwhelmed his system, and that's how it basically ended. Great. We had a minced dinner for our tea tonight. I'm not keen on mince. Unless it's got spaghetti into it. I am trying to work out where these targets are. Like I say, they're all over the map, but it's... you know yourself when you've got a cold though, it's the most disgusting thing you could ever have. You do, you just feels it. Tell you the worst one I've done. I don't know if you've ever done it. This Duggan shipments, you know, you have to get the planes out of the sky. I like that one, but it's very difficult. Right guys, I don't know how long we've been streaming for, but I'm sorry we're not talking about GTA sort of things. We're just gabbing on about absolutely nowadays, so I do apologise. It's more like the Jamie Carroll show every day on here. Right, have you got any of the shipment things yet? Right. Take out the chopper. I missed our gameplay, but it seems like forever. Send in the chopper. Supposed to be going out. Well, I am going out tomorrow. I need to get me a haircut. Desperate to get that done, and I need to go to the shop because I got some sleep suits for one of me dolls, and they're far too small, so I'm gonna have to take them back. They should take them back. Like I haven't got a receipt though. But I know the last in Tesco, so it should be alright. And then I've got to go and see my brother because he wants some money off us. He only wants us when he wants money. And then after that, there's been now happening. Yeah. One's just flew past us, and I was just about to block him off to get the shipment, and then he started shooting at us. But he shot me tyres out, which doesn't help. I was expecting you married and having kids by now. Well, yeah. That's what my mum said to me. She says, you should settle down and get yourself a girlfriend and have kids. I says, do you think 2 grandchildren's good enough, like? Don't get greedy now. She says, what do you mean? I says, come on, man. I says, I'm best off at home. I says, I don't want to be settling down and have kids and getting married and all the rest of it. My ex-girlfriend wanted the whole package. Marriage, kids, a lot. Moved in together. I was like, no. I says, none of us can work anywhere because of our disabilities and that. And I says, how could we support ourselves, let alone 2 screaming little brats? You know what I mean? So, but anyway, she's anyway, I soon knocked that on the head. But my brother asked us the question the other day. He says, what's the best thing about being an uncle and what's the worst part about it? I said, well, being the best part of it really is just being there for them. I says, but the worst part of it is when they're both poorly, because I worry sick about them. No. No. Oh God, I bet you find that though sometimes that they only want you like if they want something, and then the next few weeks you don't even hear from them. Yeah, well, it's a good thing. That I didn't like that, like when our Anna first started school. Oh my God, nursery wasn't so bad because I knew she was a baby still. She had to go, but she's in year 1 now already. And it's like, but it seems to get to the point where nah, I told you we couldn't do that. It's nigh on impossible.
Well, that was a waste of time. You didn't manage to get any of them. Enjoy
Alright,
taking
mouth.
on a fully operational security force, you boob.
Alright, calm down, slabhead. I don't know if you ever find this though. Well, not so much our Liam now, but our Anna, like now she's 6 still. Do you find the youngest one always wants to give you cuddles all the time? Our Anna does all the time. Have you gotten the presser? Right, because when you start doing Dougie shipments, you're going to need one. Alright. Right. Yeah. Oh, I've just had a message of Maisie. You're no longer having Mason as the shift's being covered. Sorry for wasting your time. You'll still get paid for it. So I should think so. Anyway, she's not bringing him round now. Yes. Yeah. Thank God. She rang us up the other night. She says, Andrew, I'm hungover. I says, you never anything else. And I says, what's up like? She says, he needs his bum done, but I can't face it. I says, sorry, like, you doing it. I says, you doing it. I says, I love him to pieces, but you are doing it. She says, that's just torture though. I says, no, it's what's called ultimate payback by day. She says, I can't believe you've just done that to me though. I says, well, no. I says, she says, I feel sick. I says, I don't care. You're doing it. I says, I'm not coming round just to do that. She says, I'll bring him round. I says, you're not even doing that. You're doing it. And she's like, and I could hear in the background go, I was like, it's your fault. Is your brother with you, like? Is that how you got his headset?
Yeah.
Alright. But, yeah. Brother, you know how I love you, and you know how I'm playing with a friend at the minute. Can you give us a headset, please? That's how I would do it. Marvellous. Alright. Have you had your tea yet?
Yeah.
Right. What have you had like? Oh, yes. My perfect meal, lad. The other night, my mum had said, I can't be bosh to cook, so shall we have a Chinese? I was like, oh. Too right. She says, right, what do you normally get? Because I get sweet and sour sometimes, or I'll get spare ribs, and I thought, well, I like both. And Mum says, well, you're not getting both, you'll have one or the other. Right? So I says, right, I'll have sweet and sour chicken. Anyway, my dad sends a message on my phone. Don't tell your mum, but I've got your spare ribs as well. Yes. Anyway. So anyway, she started plating it out and says, who's them spare ribs for? As well as sweet and sour chicken. And I come down and went, whoops. She said, well, your dad's bought them now, you'll have to eat them. And I did, I felt like such a stuffed pig afterwards. They were nice though.
I always think that when I was like, if I still eat pieces of cheese from it.
Oh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And sometimes, like the other day, I thought, I just don't know what I want. And Mum says, well, why don't you just get sweet and sour chicken with chicken fried rice, or just boiled rice or something. I did that. She says, like, well, why don't you just get a portion of the sweet and sour chicken and just get chips? I says, aye, I'll just do that. So what my mum does is put the chips on the plate first and just puts it all over the top. And I'm like, oh. And usually I just can't move after I've had it. And she wound us up the other day. She says, I've got some chocolate fudge cake. Oh, no, thank you. No. 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 It's like that thing, isn't it? I wouldn't give anyone my last roll. I don't care. I don't care if I love them or not. No. No chance. Same with Doritos. I won't share them. I always get the big family bag and say, naff off. These are mine. Anyone touches my Doritos, they get their hand snapped off. Simple. Now I've mentioned chocolate, I want some now. Mm-hmm. Crazy, isn't it? I cannot stand face painting myself. Well, like the other day, I was in on Mule, and I thought, oh, cause I used to be on face painting and that, and I thought, I've still got my account, I'll see what's going on. And I was like, I can't be bothered while I was bickering. So I used Twitter rather than anything else. I used to have Skype, but that's changed for the new version. Yeah, I've got FaceTime now, like, I use that quite a bit. I only use FaceTime as long as I use the email address. I don't use my mobile phone number. Yeah. Right, well, the funny thing was, when I used to talk to you on Skype, it was like, and then other days I'm thinking, well, no, because FaceTime's easier to use anyway, and it's all pre-installed. And I was like, and then my old iPad busted, so I said to Mum, I'm going to buy a new one. She said, well, no, just use your dad's because he never uses it now. So what we did, we rinsed everything off it, back to factory settings, and I just put all the stuff I wanted, like my photographs and all the rest, and then he just give us it. So
Look me in the ass.
mm, no.
Hey, man.
Torture, innit? Absolute torture.
How you doing?
How you doing? Stop talking like a girl, boy.
You.
It's funny, you know, because when I'd agreed to babysit tonight, I thought, well, I've got nothing else to do, and I'm just sitting streaming, talking to you, and just general chit chat, you know. And I was like, anyway, my mum had said, well, you've got nothing else to do, though. I said, well, I have. I said, I'm live streaming. And I said, how could I look after him as well as stream? I said, it just can't be done. And she's like, oh. And then when Anna was, well, just turned 2, I think it was, or 3, that's when I started like properly live streaming. And it was anyway, the next sort of couple of weeks I was like, oh, this can't be bothered. But I stopped streaming for a while, and I stopped playing on my computer because I was getting bullied quite badly on different anyway, I got a load of hate off everybody, and then a lad who used to give us hate quite a bit now, thankfully we've come out the other side alright, and we've agreed to be friends and that. And then other times the only one who's really stuck by is through thick and thin's Brody, but the rest of them's just went off their heads with us. And there was one day I'd put one of the dudes in the place and said, you talk to me like that again and I'll get you reported type thing. And he says, I'd like to see you try, like. I says, right, I will then. Anyway, so I sent an email to YouTube explaining that I was getting bullied and all the rest of it. And they said, right, we'll look into it. But theoretically he's doing nothing wrong. I says, he's doing nothing wrong. I says, he's picking on us. I says, he's using my content sometimes. And I said, no, sorry, he's using other people's content and that. He's never used mine before, this particular one. And I said, he's using everybody else's beyond his own content. And I said, I'm not having it. He said, yeah, but he said it doesn't come under copyright legislation because you haven't put a copyright.
Okay, alright, I don't care what algorithms place our ads on Life Invader or what our Snapmatic brand is like. Nothing brings asses in a club like a fly poster. Put ours up around town and we'll get people here, alright?
So, and I thought, why no, you cannot be saying to be doing that. And then when Brody sort of helped us out with a few things, that's when it started calming down and that. And then it just started getting worse again. And I ended up nearly having a breakdown because of it. And I thought, I'm not having that if it's going to be like that 24/7. Yeah. 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 So, anyway, thankfully it's stopped up to now, but over the last few months, oh God, it was horrible. Right. Yeah, so basically that's how it happened. And I thought, well, it doesn't seem to bother me now if it's going to bother them, you know. And Mum said, well, why do you put up with it? Just don't live stream. And I said, well, no, because that's what they want, you know. I said, I'm not. I said, no, it's because I'm letting them win. I said, I'm not having that. And anyway, he never said no. And then we had a few words about different things and that. And then my mum said, well, it's up to you. But she said, at the end of the day, if you stop streaming, it'll stop anyway. I said, yeah, but I'll just let them win if I did. So that's why I'm not going to let them win. And then, anyway, one lad I gave a moderator to turned round and said, well, I didn't want to be moderator anyway, so why did you ask for it? And then in the next breath says you don't want it, when you whinged on for bloody months that you wanted it. Oh, the only two moderators I really trust now is Brody and Kevin. Is the main two. What's going on, my dude? So we've whoops, I've just come to your waypoint, not a poster's waypoint. I may as well come round with you. That was stupid, wasn't it? Yeah, if you want. Yeah. It's pointless, really. Yeah, so I'm going out in the morning. I should be back just before dinner. Right. 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 Yeah. Yeah. Oh no. No. Right. Well, it doesn't usually start getting dark till about 4, so. Right. So, I'll be it. Yeah, so it doesn't usually get dark till about 4, so. I don't think I've ever done these ones before. I've done where you had to chuck them out of a helicopter ones. Do you know this is fun? Yeah. Yeah. Did you know that's vandalism? I don't know how long we've been streaming, like. I don't think it's been 2 hours yet. Because I haven't got any counter on my YouTube now, for some reason. Half past 8. Move out my way, funny bones. I think that looks sexy on the wall bar. Alright, so we've so like I say, I've done very little really. The last few weeks, oh god. Ten locations. Move out me way, Finch.
Okay, that's it. You're going down.
It's more like get off. Get off. It's more like you going down, fathead. Move. This is my spot. Oh, wait. The postal location is it's obstructed. That's why. Move out my way, Finch. Get. That's what you do to me, man. Hey. Right. Do you want a fried person? Right, let's go. Bye. He'll get kicked with his chicken fried rice then. He was born to fry. Yeah. He was born to fry, boy. Right, I'll put these posters up. And then I need to go to the loo and that. And then I'm gonna go down and see if my mum's got any cake, because I need cake. Yeah. I'm sick of coffee at the moment. No. I used to drink coffee after coffee after coffee, but I found it used to give us migraine. Coffee. Oh. Ah, yeah. Mum didn't tell us there was a hole in the bloody Ben's water bottle. I've just got soaked. I thought she said she was going to get her another one. Because I split mine. Because I stood on it. So I'm using the Ben's. And that must have been dropped. Right. It's got a massive hole in the side of it. And because there's hardly any water in it now. Just I've been told I'd sooner drink. I've been told I'd rather drink water than teas and coffees. That's what I've been told to do. Rather than drinking tea and coffee, they've told us to drink more water. It doesn't. Doesn't have flush the system. Hi, baby. I've got a brand new combine harvester, and I'll give you the key. I've got 50 acres. My friend's got 23. So if, like I say, I haven't done much today either. Just couldn't be bothered. It was a nice surprise when you sent us that message. I was like, oh. What happened on that game? We just, like, that, what was it? That factory thing? Not the one we've just played, the one where we played as a group thing. That, was it? That was rock hard. That I couldn't find that. Right. Right. I need cake or something. Whoa. So glad you don't drive in real life now. It's up here, alright. I don't know what I've got a busy week really coming up. I'm out tomorrow. Babysitting on Wednesday for 3 hours. Oh God, could have done without that. And then then after that there's nothing I can do after then, I don't think. Right, marvellous. Right. Oh God.
The fly posters are everywhere. 3 decades and 2 septums into this job, and it still excites me seeing them. I feel like a kid again. Good work.
Especially when you don't expect it. Sorry about that, guys. I jumped out of my skid leg. Right, guys. We'll just see how long I've been on for, because I can use me medi counter. Because I always have that set on me computer. Did it make us jump that? I wasn't expecting. Right, if we've been on to 2 hours, then I'll cut the stream, but I don't think we have. I think it's been shorter than that. $85 minutes. Right, guys, we'll give it up to 1 hour and then we'll go. So technically, out of your 3 streams today, you'll have had 5 hours of streaming, which I don't think's too bad. considering we only had 3.5 hours just yesterday.
Excuse me.
What do you want, bitch? Whoa! I'm so glad I wasn't in that melee. She's getting trigger happy. But let's go. Boom. That's how you cause carnage. That's how you cause carnage, I tell you.
Hey, come in.
Alright, so we've been, I haven't done much nightclub stuff. I've got a nightclub, but I just can't be bothered.
Some of the missions are
Yeah.
Have a good time.
Right. I've just had another message. Andrew, change of plan for tomorrow. You are still babysitting, but can you do 4 hours instead of oh, what? 4 hours instead of 3? Right, well, if it's 4 hours instead of 3, she gives us £20 a day, so it's 40, 50, 60, 70, that's about £80. That'll do. I'm not going to sniff at that.
I'm a partner in his place, you know?
Are you really? Didn't know
Good to
that.
have you up here.
It's good to be here, mate. Thank you.
You good?
88 minutes. 2 fat ladies, huh? That's what I called. Yeah, it's so get wrong with my mum. You shouldn't call them 2 fat ladies. Yeah, sounded like my mum there from... I got...
yeah.
Okay, my friend, you want a popular club? You gotta know how to charm. A compliment here, a free bottle there, and there, and there. It's way more free bottles than compliments, which is why you're gonna get me a shipment of champagne. When it's here, I'll hand it out, and we'll be flying.
Right, go.
Tell me everything. No. You need to apologize. I'm not taking Los Santos transit anymore. Oh, no, you didn't hang up on me.
Tom, you get your fucking period, we fight.
My friend laughs at me, you know, because I've got reborns and that, you know, and he'll say, why have you got reborns and that? I says, well, it's just an extra hobby. A lot of my friends have got them. Not just female friends, male friends have got them. One of my best friend. Oh, it's a popular thing, like. Expensive and all. Right guys, another 10 minutes and I'm gonna cut the stream, so that's like 100 minutes. And then by then I'm gonna go at the loo, get me dolls out, the clothes and the sleep suits. And then I'm gonna just sit and chill out. And then I'll before I come back on here and then sort my clothes out for tomorrow. And that's it. My mate's on a cruise now, lucky beggar. Aye. She's never been on a cruise before neither. Have you ever been on one? No. If you get the chance, I'd go on one. They're hellish. Expensive, but they're brilliant. This will be my third cruise, but on my second cruise, I was on the Britannia in Barbados and I ended up with pneumonia. I was in my cabin for 4 days. Feeling sick. Right, here we go. I felt a bit rough.
Oh my lord!
I don't know why my control pad keeps doing that. Come on. It's quite a big shipment that in one of these things. Oof. It makes it more daunting. Nah. Yeah. Nah, it's the only thing. It's not the nicest thing in the world. You can get what's called an automatics reborn, you know. But the more expensive, but apparently you can feed them like proper baby formula. You can change them because like they wet themselves and all the rest of it. And I asked Mama to price one up for us. £350. I know. I nearly fell off my chair when she told us. I was like, nah. The most I paid 65, which I still think. Well, oh God, no, 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 no. I nearly hit the roof when she told her. But my mate bought one, and he let us have a hold of him. And they're quite heavy, these automatic ones. And I says, why they're so heavy? He says because they're weighted anyway. But once you start with all the fluid stuff as well, it makes it even more heavy. I said, well, yeah, it's bound to. I do role play scenarios with mine, you know. and I've got like, well, I'm supposed to have like a proper bedtime routine for them. They usually go to bed about 8 o'clock. They're well past the bedtime now, but even so. And like what you do is you put them in like proper sleep suits and that. And it's quite good once you know what you're doing. Right, you should get the phone call now to say it's been delivered. Whoops.
Okay, corks are gonna pop, and champagne will be quaffed. Quaffed. Nowhere in Los Santos is gonna party like we will.
Quiffed. Oh, no, quaffed. Aye. Hey, baby.
Upstairs.
Right. Right. Yeah, I remember one of my friends got chucked out of his nightclub once. Right, not his own, but he got chucked out of a nightclub. He chucked this, what he thought was a plastic bottle, which wasn't, it was glass. And anyway, he chucks it up in the air, smashes it into smithereens, and this shard of glass went straight in the back of this bouncer's head. And anyway, the bouncer had to go to hospital to get it, had to be surgically removed. They couldn't just pull it. And he had to have 36 stitches in his head. Anyway, this lad I'm on about got sentenced to 4.5 years in prison, but he appealed the sentence and he only served 2.5, and he's out now. But anyway, the judges warned him before. It said, you do that again and we will extend the sentence. But what they did take into account was his other previous conviction for something else. You know what I mean? So that's how it ended up. But the judge had said the only reason you've been so lucky this time is because you won the appeal. He said other than that you wouldn't have done.
Out of my face, all right?
But he said you've been very lucky to get away with what you've done. But what the judge made him do, he made him apologise to this bouncer. And the bouncer basically turned round and said, well, no, you can go and run up a shutter, basically, and just don't bother with me anymore. Oh, God. Well, yeah, if I had a shard of glass in me bloody scalp, I wouldn't be as friendly to him. Yeah, can do. I'll, because I need to go to the loo and that. I'm going to get me dolls ready and that, and then go and get me cake, and then I'll be ready.
Okay.
Right, about 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes.
Right, see you in a bit.
Alright, see you in a bit.
Yeah.
Alright, bye.
Clap. Right guys, we're just taking 5 minutes now, but we are still staying live. We're going to get these little bundles of fun ready for bed now, because they are way past their bedtime. And then we're going to make sure that we've got stuff ready for tomorrow. Alexa, what time is it? As long as you're in bed by now, or just before. Yeah guys, so we will still be ready, but like I said, we're just having 5 minutes chill now before we go back. Sorry that it's not JDA talk guys, but I'm just catching up with a very good friend I used to play with.
That was rude. Wow.
What we're going to do, we're going to, like I say, get the babies ready, get them sorted out, and then I'm going to quickly run to learn myself, go and get something sweet to eat, and then that's me.
I think I can get you a consulting gig at Casas, setting up some online stuff. Piece of cake, right? Seriously? I'm a Mexican girl you fuck, you don't speak Spanish?
We've just got the other two to get ready now, and we'll be ready.
Who is this? No, I am not interested. How'd you get this number? Oh, I'm sure it's a very interesting number. For you to fuck me in the ass.
I don't think I'm going to have much fussy get this little one to bed. She's literally nodding. She's literally nodding.
They were sleeping together? Well, that's contagious. Sure, just bump into me.
Nodding in the arms. So, I don't think I'm going to have much fussy. I'm going to hold my hopes to sleep. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take a little hope with this tomato to see me do this. I'm not going to get him into our clothes when I go and see me brother because I won't have time.
What is this?
So what I'm thinking is I might just
Slow down. I don't
get away
understand
with the
you.
phone.
I just rolled on myself.
See what happens.
Whatever you say. Bye. Hey!
Yeah, guys, she's wasn't even fussing now, so she must be tired. Just change that sleep suit over. That's it. She looked cute in this one last night. Okay, guys, we've just got one more ball to get ready. I'm gonna go and fly down, go there. I'll just go to the lower nut. And then while I'm on my feet, I'm gonna go and see if I've got any cake or something. Don't think we have like
Hello! Who it is?
cheating going there.
Hey! Watch it!
Little Moses bastard. Rather than in there and then shooting there. No bother. I'll be with you in 2 seconds. I went downstairs and asked my mum if there's any bloody cake left. She says, no, your dad's just had the last piece. I was like, what?
Selling an attitude. Hi! What's the attitude? There's a Chinese factory worker listening to hip-hop on his iPhone phone. That's about it. Later.
So you can just imagine the disappointment on my face. But anywho, I'll suffer in silence. That's the snot goggles ready.
Hello? It's so nice to hear your voice. You're lucky I'm a good person.
Yeah, so if, like I say, I went down and that. And then I was gonna get myself some more water. Because I'm nearly running out, and I thought, nah. Because if I have any more, I'll be up all night, so. So I thought, no, I won't bother. So, see what happens. Right, let's see how long see how long we've been on here now.
Oh, my fault.
I prefer this timer to the YouTube timer anyway, because it's quicker. Right, 1 hour 14. Right, we'll take it up to 2 hours, and then we'll go. Right, I'm ready. Right, let's kick some butt. I don't even know where I am, to be honest. Right, let's have a look on me map here. Strawberries, that's where I am.
You're telling me, no shit.
Strawberry Power Street. Oh. You miss me. Oh.
I'm going to Vice City.
Right. Where's my car? No, I don't think I have. You can drive me car if you want, though. Watch it, mind, it's faster than yours. And I mean proper fast. Yeah. Right. Retire from your motorcycle club, mine, because you'll get raided. Double quick time. There you go. We can do a mission if you want.
Yeah.
Right, well then. I'll do one of my favourite ones. Yeah. Right, do this one. Crystal clear out. I wish I could take this top off, but I'm streaming. I'm so hot. And no one would want to say my sexy body. No comment. Alright, so we've when I went down, Mum says, she says, I thought you were babysitting tonight. I said, no, I got a text. She said, oh, did you? I says, I. Yeah. Aye. She, I asked, whoa. Forgotten how powerful that was. I says, I says, I got a text. Mum said, well, why did I not get a text? I says, because I'm looking after him. She goes, oh, I forgot about that. Why did I not get a text? What I did the other day, I carved my friend up. I went straight past her, went straight in front of her and slammed my brakes on. She went to flee. But she did, she went fleeing. She just didn't see us. Did you get that text earlier before about my friend found a baby this morning? Bloody cretins. I'd love to shake whoever's done that. She said she just went for a walk and she heard this noise under some bushes. And her friend said, oh, it's probably just a cat mewling or something. She said, it's not. Anyway, she got close and had a look. And here's this, what looked about 4 or 5 month old, in a white fluffy sleep suit thing, wrapped up in a blanket, in this Moses basket under some bushes. And anyway, my friend had rang the police. They came out and they basically said, well, was there any notes or clothes with her or anything? And my friend said, well, no, not as far as we knew, type thing. And they still never knew what had happened. So then the police said, well, what we'll do, we'll ring social services, they'll come out and then they'll decide what happens with this baby. Anyway, they came out. Anyway, poor thing's in care now. And the police had an extensive search of the park. Whoa. Anyway, about 3 hours later, they found this body floating in the river. They think so. Floating in the river face down. And the paramedics had tried to bring her back, but it was just too late. It's hypothermia what's killed her, rather than anything else. Anyway, my friend said, well, what happens to the baby now? And they said, well, she'll go into care, and because she hasn't got a mummy anymore, then she'll be just automatically adopted out. Yeah, she'll be just adopted straight away. But my friend said, well, how do you know it's the baby's mum though? And she said, well, it had a copy of her birth certificate in the bag on near the riverbank as well, with all our details in, and our driving license and everything. So aye. So I knew that's no. So she anyway, she's been put into care by child services. They don't call it social service now, it's child services. Anyway, so being put in there, and then they're gonna see a magistrate tomorrow to see if they can grant full adoption hearing. Right. Have you ever done this one before? Right. What you do is you go here, but I park here, right? And what you do is you stand behind, you just crouch behind my car like that, right? And then when guns start blazing out, then jump the fence and then come and help us, right? But don't come down till I've told you though. Right, start coming down. Right, that's what I mean. He's got me in hot. That went well. That's how you don't do it, kids. And that was another thing before. I'll just end the stream because it's 2 hours. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that's the end of the stream. Thank you ever so much for watching. Thank you ever so much for your support. And I hope to catch you all in the next one. Peace out. Enjoy the rest of your night and I hope to catch you later. And thanks for watching. Peace out. And love to you all. Bye for now.